did you see that you just said, I got to talk to these guys?
It was more the defensive stuff. It was when we talked about our first quarter defense, there were a few things that we really wanted to be sharp on, and I just didn't think that we were real sharp. We had a cutter that we didn't cover the cutter the way that we wanted to. We had another situation that we didn't cover. There were coverage type things, there were scheme type things that just didn't look quite sharp, and it wouldn't have mattered if they scored or not. We wanted to start out playing a certain way.
So when you bring them over, do you just remind them of those things that we talked about? Is that kind of the message?
Pretty much, we go back over what had happened, what we have to do, and and go back. Our execution needs to be really sharp in those things when you're playing a team. Obviously, every team in the NBA, but you play Miami, and what they're running and how they score the ball and how efficient they are, we've got to be really sharp.
And you guys then go, I think it was 8 straight points unanswered. Do you attribute that to what you say to them, or do you, what have you?
Not so much. I mean, it's we use the timeouts when we think we need the timeouts for different things, and that was one of them that we felt like we needed to do. Obviously, you'd like to save them as long as you can, but when you see the flow of the game, it's easier just to have a quick reminder. You can't wait maybe till that first mandatory.
Moving forward, how does winning a close game like that impact the guy's psyche?
I think it helps a lot. I think the easiest way to learn and to grow and to develop is when you're winning. It's difficult when where you have to learn all your lessons and you're not finding any reward, for your efforts. And we had a great effort. It was a hard-fought win against a good team. So I think that helps us. I think more so from the confidence standpoint of let's play more possessions, the way we played these. So we had, a better number as we talk about at a consistent level of execution.
How does Kevin build on his performance?
Well, I hope he looks at it. He's been doing a lot of work. I mean, he's putting a lot of work in. Every experience he has helps him grow and develop, and hopefully, this leads him to continue on. But he has been really, maybe without the numbers to show it, has been more aggressive, has been more assertive, has been more versatile with his offense. So yesterday it was nice to see him get some of the rewards and the numbers to go with it.
Mike, what's your strategy been on when to call timeouts, how early to call them? It seems like you're pretty aggressive in trying to stave off runs and maybe if you don't like the start to a game.
Well, I think a lot of it just depends on what our focus areas are for that particular game and if we're executing them or not. And sometimes the score can be balanced and stay 6-5, 9-7, and stay in there. But some things like yesterday, we knew the first quarter was going to be a big quarter, and so we were a little more aggressive maybe.
Do you balance in your head like calling one early or calling them too early to get whatever you need into versus trying to save them for later on?
Really, it's been about how we're playing at that time and what we need at that time. There's no real plan that, hey, we have to save these timeouts. We'd like to save timeouts, but we also, I think, as we know how we need to play, if we're not playing that way, we need to fix it.
They're on a 70-point pace, walking down since playing incredible basketball. When you guys went there last time, it didn't go well. What do you kind of tell your team? What are the keys to making sure it's more competitive this time around?
Well, I think first quarter defense is going to be big again. That we try to keep them in check. They come at you so many different ways. There's a reason they're on pace to be a 70-win team. They're playing for a championship. There's no question. They're on that pace, and so we need to be sharp. We need to come in and we need to be really tight with our coverages, and then we need to put both ends together. They're a difficult team to score on.
Reggie, is he one of those guys where whether he's making or missing shots, he'll help you offensively with spacing the floor?
I think because of what he's doing for us on both ends, I think he's helping all the time. So the spacing obviously helps, but he's versatile. He does different things offensively too. I mean, he drives it, he can kick it, he sees things, he uses screens well, he stretches the defense. Obviously, I'm not sure what his stats were the first half, but I think he made all of his threes in the second half. So he has the confidence to know I can come out and miss a couple of shots early, come back and I hit 4 big shots in the second half. So that's a big thing. And then defensively, we're using him as a stopper type guy. We're putting him on one of the top players, and he likes the challenge.
What
Did you
about
know
our?
that coming in? Like, obviously he was hurt, but did you know when he was going to get healthy that you could put him on one of the top scorers?
We
because of the
we
way he
felt like
defended?
we felt like he would be one of those guys that you could do that with, and that liked it. He accepted it. He wants that role, so he's made a big impact because he can impact the game a lot of different ways.
As RJ continues to grow, what do you take out of yesterday's performance that you like?
Just the balance. He was so balanced, and he scored the ball in different ways. Just his command, his confidence level, just everything. He made the right plays consistently. They tried to trap him. He kept finding the open guy that led to the next pass. He was patient enough to know, I beat the trap here, let him make the next pass. So he made some really good basketball plays.
Mike, as a defense, are there shots that you want where you're trying to get other teams to take, and shots that you're okay with them having?
Well, in general, we want to contest all of the shots. We want everything to be difficult where it's a challenge for them to get that shot. But, the two areas people are trying to take away the shots at the rim and those open threes. You start with the corners and then you move. So, if we can make sure that we're trying to minimize those and then make sure that those are contested and challenged, then that's where we have to start.
You guys have been a lot better at that, I think, over the last whatever. Is there a reason for that? Is there some kind of schematic tweak? Is there something else?
Well, there's been a lot of time put into that area. A lot of our film work is focused in those areas.
You've coached young college, G League. RJ is really team, but it seems like his approach, like he doesn't shake him mentally. Have you seen other young guys like that, or does that stand out to you, what you've seen from him?
It stands out. I think he's unique. That's one of his skills. That's because it's things that can be taught and learned with experience, but he walks in as a young guy and he has that. So you have to give him credit, and the people that have worked with him, and how he has developed that at a young age.
And did you see that day one from him here? Like, was that just apparent?
I think we saw those things in Summer League. I think we saw that in Summer League. He was the first one ready to come right back in and wanted to play again the next day. Didn't matter how it went, the day before. And he plays that way, as we say, from one play to the next, from one quarter to the next quarter, from one half to the next half. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Are you going to have
Two more
Marcus
guys.
and Frank?
I can't hear you.
Are you going to have Marcus and Frank?
Marcus will not be with us, and Frank is we're saying probable. Probable.
Is Marcus's injury going to be more long-term than initially thought?
I don't think so. I think it's still day to day. It's still day to day, and I think he's feeling a little bit better, but it's got to be, he took a pretty good hit there, and so he's been kind of battling this for a while. This isn't the first time he got hit.
Wait, I think initially you said the neck injury was playing with his child, if I remember right. Is that the hit you're referring to?
The way back, well, he got hit, I think in the Portland game. The Portland game, he shot a three, got knocked backwards. His head hit somebody's knee behind him, and it snapped again. Then he got hit in the Clipper game, different. His arms were extended, and he took some contact there. So it's just been aggravated, irritated.
I don't know which area you're referring, whether it's
Yeah.
really.
Well, he's gotten hit in games a number of times.
Okay.
Yeah, more occasions. Yeah.